Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Total Annihilation replay. Today we have a Gasplant Plain game from 2003, and I believe this is a CBL, Clan BTU, otherwise known as Better Than You, versus Clan Tag, Total Annihilation Gods. So we have the Total Annihilation Gods versus Better Than You. So Sensation says he's kind of boiling, but it's because it's so hot, because Sensation is from, I believe he's from the south of England, where I hear they're big softies. Whenever it gets anywhere close to like 5 degrees Celsius, they got to wear like 8 sweaters and a hat, and I mean, he's probably no different. So this map was picked by BTU, and representing BTU, we have Canuck, who probably, unlike Sensation, is used to the cold, because I'm going to guess just by his name that he is Canadian. So Canuck says he's going to go pure Jeffies, and Sensation's going to go Fleas and Peepers, and that's how they're going to win the game here. So it looks like Sensation's gone ahead and he's walked 3 metal extractors, and Canuck has walked all 3 as well. And they're both just kind of talking about rushing, and they're saying, you better be ready for my Fleas, for my Jeffies, my Peepers. Really, while both of them at the same time are taking the most risky way to start the game if you're going to be playing up against a Jeffy rush. Sensation says, oops, he almost made a metal storage. Canuck says he could have used it and build him one too. So you can see how Sensation here, he's put out, he's got his radar up and going, he's got a Samson, so he's going to be able to see these Jeffies coming in. Rather than building a Samson, Canuck has dropped missile towers instead. There are a lot of BTU guys, so I do hope to feature more of them in the future. True to their name, they were better than me. Most of them were, but I don't know if they were necessarily better than you, you who are watching this right now. Although, compared to most casuals, if you were better than you, then you probably were better than most people. Don't let it get to your head, guys. Canuck coming in, nice little raid there. Manages to get away with the metal extractor. Really nice UC there. Just kind of dodging that flash around, and gets it killed. Sensation gets his flashes degunned. And Canuck loses this flash down here without doing much of anything. He does damage the con and stops it from its build order. This, he might be just trying to... He's just kind of driving circles around it. Since he's the one attacking, he kind of has the initiative. Very difficult to defend against flashes. Good job by Canuck to keep that flash alive. Really nice unit control with that. Now he's sending it somewhere where I don't think it's that useful. Canuck is walking his comm, whereas Sensation is keeping his at home. Now he knows, because he sees this comm going for a walk, if he pumps out units, he's going to be ahead, because the commander is the builder and the peacemaker. So while he's kind of ahead on resources, there's a brief window for Sensation here where he is going to have a unit advantage. And it looks like he's trying to take advantage of that now in his attacking. He's got raids coming in from the north, and he's got a bunch of flashes just headed up the middle here. Canuck's putting out a con. I don't know if I like that choice, versus trying to get some units out. And Sensation has, again, knowing that his comm is in the back, Sensation knows he can send in flashes in the back. It doesn't look like he has his shoot all going, because they just didn't start shooting, although here he goes, he's starting to clean out some of those resources. You can see how Canuck doesn't really have anything to go rebuild that quickly, and because there's not a commander here, he's not going to be able to pump out a con real quick either to do the same. Sensation just pouring out flashes. He's got 3 construction units. He's just doing his best to keep him off the Mexus. So Sensation's at around 14 metal. Canuck sitting at around 8. And keep in mind, this all came from the knowledge that Sensation had that, okay, Canuck walked his commander, I've got a window, and he's really just taking advantage of that window at this point. Sensation's gone kind of defensive here. Gets himself some nice wrecks, but a con was gotten. See here, he lost all of his resources that he went and walked to for his commander. He's gone ahead and he's already lost them. But nice, good raiding here by Canuck. Take out all those mexes. Sensation does have a con there, but it looks like he wants to press for more territory. Sensation, he should have known better there, but because he had the radar up, but it looks like he just wasn't paying attention. So him dropping those 2 cons is actually going to really, that's going to help Canuck get back into the game here, whereas before I would have said he wasn't in the best shape. Clears him out, trying to secure the corner. Another nice big raid here. Sensations replaced his construction vehicles. Now he's pushed out some of his own. This one, nice degunning there, although he's getting close to the lab to try and avoid the degun. And he's also just trying to get up against this. And nice job by Sensation there to bag that. You can see how he just drove it right up against that factory, so that way, if Canuck was going to try and degun it, there was a huge risk that Canuck would end up degunning his own plant. So you can see how Canuck held his fire with his commander at that point. And this raid, he's going to be weak to it. Sees it coming, so he starts walking his commander over there to do some degunning. Canuck left him idle for a little too long. Commander gets the drop on him. Sensation's commander does a little dirty work right there. Cleans up that flash mass. But it looks like both these cons are probably going to fall victim to Canuck's raid over here. Just trying to get away with this one right here. Oh, and Canuck loses it. Station going, bags another con over here. They're really staying even on the construction destruction game here. This game's actually pretty wild here with them getting just all over the map. Sensation's radar over here, that's actually giving him pretty good intel about whether or not he can move into that corner. His missile towers that he dropped up here, they're going to do doing a little work for him. Canuck's really just having trouble taking advantage of capping this territory that's behind him. These are good metal spots that he wants to get on, but Sensation's just staying on top of him. Sensation completely wipes him out of his start position. He's still got his, and that's kind of the advantage of leaving your comm at home, is you can kind of manage your corner and prevent this from happening to it. Canuck's got a lot of wrecks here he can clean up. See, that's kind of the difference between small, raidy maps. In the previous game to this one, we took a look at Great Divide 2. And you can see, at this time, both teams had already put up and lost Big Berthas, I believe, because we're 16 minutes in, where here, both of them are struggling to stay on top of their metal extractors and keep their construction units alive. Canuck low on energy, he's not able to degun, he lasers it. See, he's got his construction unit up there to work on it, but he's running off of one wind right now. Yeah, he's got a single wind. So Canuck is stalling on energy. Sensation's got plenty of energy to work with. There he goes. You can see he's just quickly dropping down as many winds as he can. As soon as he sees those flashes, he starts running away with that construction unit. Doesn't matter though, Sensation gets yet another. So Sensation's mostly just kind of playing out of this corner right here. But Canuck really doesn't have much in the top left. But even though he's got this additional position, Sensation's in a much better spot. Even though, you know, from just kind of looking at this, it looks like Sensation's got more of the map. Now, I know Sensation knows his commanders here, so I don't know if I necessarily like this decision to attack right where the commander is. And you can see Canuck takes advantage of that and deguns up a bunch of Sensation's flashes. Taking out more of the winds. There you go. Once those winds are down, it'll be a lot easier to attack the commander with flashes. And here we go. Nice job of Sensation. He's going to bottle up that factory if he doesn't kill it. And again, Canuck is completely out of energy. Sensation just working out of his corner. I don't know if that factory's plugged quite. Almost dead, though. See how Canuck immediately turns around once he sees what he's up against. He knows he can't punch through right there. Way too defended. 3 factories for Canuck. 2 for Sensation, but his has been consistently commander guarded, whereas Canuck is having to spit out some more winds. Looks like Sensation's finally starting to make a play for the rest of the map here. Good job, Canuck here, going where the missile towers aren't. And it looks like Sensation is pumping out some Samsons. He's going to try and make that jump. That's one thing with Total Annihilation. Some people gripe, oh, like, there's no real tech tiers that really get used too much. Granted, there is Tech 2, and there is, you know, Advanced. There's some stuff that comes out of that. But there's kind of an intermediate steps within the lab itself. Go from flashes dominating things to things like slashers and Samsons dominating things. You got to be able to make that step at the right time. Nice move by Sensation, knowing the weakness up north, goes through, cleans up the con, cleans up the metal extractors, and again, comes and kills a whole bunch of winds. Because Canuck came through here, though, Sensation hasn't been able to take over this territory. Really wants to do. Canuck is just sitting on top of not much, and he doesn't even have a con up there that can go clean up that big wreck that would really help his economy. Sensation's only 2,000 metal ahead at this point. And there's about that much metal here sitting on Canuck's front doorstep. Even though he's under attack, Canuck is going on the offensive. Bags 2 cons for next to nothing. Really nice move there. Sensation sending his flashes up. They'll also provide line of sight for the flashes. See, he knows where he's at. He doesn't have radar on this. See how the one dot he sees on radar, he just starts radar targeting. And then the commander just pops out of the fog of war and manages to take out a few of those. That's where it'd be nice for him to have another radar installation up here to help guide his flashes in. But he's also got this big wave flashes coming back down through to help keep him off that territory. Sensation gets that construction unit. He's pumping out as many cons as he can here. Canuck drops another one. Big attack. This time he's got Samsons to back it up. Sees the commander, turns around. He only loses one there. See, the gas bags, when they blow up, they're damaging the units that they're close to. So if you're going to do a slasher creep or a Samson creep on this map, you have to shoot the gas bags. So it takes a little time. Plus your enemy sees it coming. They see the gas bags blowing up and burning. The fog of war. Radar. He's just got the one right here, but he's not able to see what's going to be happening up here. Sensation kind of expanding north here with these missile towers. Those will slow down any flashes coming in. And Sensation is just doing a really good job of keeping him out of this corner. But now, Canuck has finally capped that corner right there, so it's almost like they're both right across from each other. And Canuck has got a ton of metal on his doorstep and racks, but this raid by Sensation. And he's building just a ton of missile towers to defend himself there. He's walking his commander back up north. With all those missile towers there, he might be adequately enough defended. Comes through, he's raiding, pushes him out of that corner again. See how fast his missile towers are taking down those flashes. Sensation radar targeting with his Samsons. And this one at a time flash thing into the rows of missile towers is probably not the greatest. But his commander's back home. Home just doesn't look the way it once was. Sensation up to 3 factories now. Canuck still on 2. Got plenty of construction vehicles that are working, dropping missile towers. Really just, missile towers are mostly just about controlling the territory. You can't really rely on them to stop a big attack, but they'll stop these little raids. The really nice thing about them is you don't have to put a ton of time into defending. You notice earlier in the game, if you weren't looking at the flashes, how you could just kind of drive loops around other people's flashes. And that makes it more difficult and time-consuming to defend with flashes than it is to defend with missile units. And despite all this back and forth that we've had most of the game, with Sensation kind of not really controlling the map, but pushing Canuck out of it, it looks like we've almost done the thing that almost always happens on Gasplant Plain between even players. We've split it rather neatly down the middle. Sensation's got up to 5 factories now, vehicle plants. And it looks like Canuck put one back where it used to be. He doesn't have his side fully capped. And it looks like Sensation's just doing a great job building here. You can see how his cons just kind of followed that flow of where his units were going. See how those flashes coming in against these barely got a shot off. con goes down. Back home. Haven't bothered to cap the geos yet. We just continue to pump out flashes and Samsons. Keeping him off the metal extractors, but he is just putting a lot of wreckage on his doorstep. And now, Sensation's dropping a Guardian. He really just wants to kind of control that and push him back. I don't know if that's the best use of metal, or because there's just not much here to destroy. But Canuck is responding with a Guardian of his own. So in the end, it'll be a wash for both players. He's got the Samsons on the commanders, so Canuck forced to back off, sitting around 50% health, with nearly 50 kills to his name. And Canuck's Guardian is up first. And he's starting to repair it. Uses the flashes to kill the factory. And here we go. Sensation's getting his geos up. Canuck has not done much. Has not done the same. I think these Guardians are out of range of each other. Yeah, because otherwise Sensation would have used his to start taking it down. So, and that'll end up just creating a little no man's land here. Max says, I am so screwed, spelled with the Q. Sensation has been a cool game, and it has been. This has been really interesting. Really fun to watch. I do say it looks like the game is in Sensation's corner, but Canuck has gone and is dropping a big Bertha. Now, he says he has no idea how much metal he's making because he's been reclaiming constantly, which is true, and that's the one issue with what Sensation's been doing, is he's just been leaving a lot of metal on his doorstep. You can see here, he's still cleaning up the mess from earlier in the game. Sensation's testing things down south here. This will leave more wreckage on Canuck's doorstep. I'm putting up some Dragon's Teeth, trying to defend his south. Like he doesn't want to actually put a significant investment there. And it'll work. And he forces the flashes that could have otherwise gone down through here, right into the maw. Doesn't look like he's reclaiming his advanced vehicle plant while he's building that big Bertha. He's just relying entirely on metal that he is reclaiming from around the field. The Guardian from Sensation. Okay, yeah, he didn't actually want to do that. Got some Roccos coming in. Those are excellent base busters. Max says, I need radar, build me one. Big Bertha's almost done. He says, advanced radar. And Sensation's dropped his advance now. That was the sound of an air scout going in. Canuck, against all odds, got his big Bertha up first. He hasn't fired a shot yet. It looks like Canuck has his flashes set to move here automatically where they become fodder. Sometimes you just focus on other stuff. You don't really think to fix that sort of thing. And there's that first shot. It says where? What? He cloaks his commander. You can see it's blinking on and off. It says, I need a nuker. Pushed out this con here, and he's running that con away. He sees nano-blocking for the advanced facility. He wants to keep that up just long enough. Sends in some flashes. He is trying to test these fences. But again, knowing what he sees here, he sees the big Bertha. It's like, okay, well, assuming we're all even, I'm probably ahead on units, and he is able to break in at this point with some units, but that's not going to be enough. And looks like he was able to reclaim that factory. He's got his big Bertha coming up. One scout at a time is going to work, Canuck. Got his advanced radar up. We can see all of this now. Sending those flashes in, there's just too many missile towers. The defense is too heavy down there. Canuck is dropping factories. He's got his moho up. I don't think Sensation built one of those. And bombers up, smart move. Now at this point, worthwhile I think for Canuck to take out some geos, but he's looking for that right there. The advanced con is running away. That's the only one he's got, I think. He doesn't want to lose it. Finds the big Bertha. The Bertha's up. And we have entered into a Bertha war. Cloaks his commander, so he knows it's not going to get hit. But he intends to nanoblock for this thing. There he goes. Hasn't fired yet. Big Bertha's just barely missing, but that is going to give it better veterancy because it's taking out those flashes. Doesn't look like Sensation has enough energy right now. He's got to turn off some of his metal makers for that thing to shoot. It's too late. Before it gets a shot off, his Bertha, he gets taken out. And over here, hiding in the weeds, Canuck has got another Bertha going. Station's building bombers. Lots of bombers. They both know it's pretty well deadlocked on the ground here. Again, that one factory just sending them out there to the death. That'll probably get his attention, seeing that there was a lot of flashes out there. Canuck building this. This is not a bad idea here, because that's going to be a range of all of those. If he can bust through and follow it up with units, it'll work out well in his favor. Advanced K-Bot. He's got his geos up here. He's got his geos up at the bottom. Both are relatively even on resource production now. Sensation's only up by 1,000. Flashes. No, I don't like that decision right there. Just how'd you get the BB? Oh, I missed it. Oh man, Venom's gonna kick me. Says, what killed the BB? And he says, huh? You got one of my BBs. He says, cool. I'm trying to see where his big Bertha's at. He marks that Big Bertha. Hands down. Reclaiming it. Working on another. There he goes. Bomber's flying off screen. Bertha's a little too close to the top. Oh, man. That was a nice snipe right there. He just sees the target of Sensation sees the target of opportunity right there. You know, Canuck's thinking he's going for the Big Bertha. And so he just drops the bombs right on top of the commander's head right there, taking him out. So great job by Sensation there, really just to take advantage of that. Sometimes that feels like a little, you know, like, oh, that's a little cheap or something like that, because he just kind of, you know, snipes him right at the end there. But you got to be able to protect your commander in situations like that. And it was just, he was there, you know, had a false started bombing run on the Big Bertha, sees the commander. And at that point, he probably figured he's going to change target, go for the win, especially since Canuck had 2 Big Berthas shelling down on him and he didn't have much to respond with. So that was definitely the right call by Sensation at that point. See how Canuck was really just starting to get ahead in resources as well because of his Big Bertha shelling of Sensation at that point. So a really great play by Canuck there to come back from what really should have been a loss. You know, being really strong and reclaiming as much metal as possible, because that was really the only way he was going to be getting metal at that point, with how much territory that Sensation was just kind of running all over. Really good timely raids by him as well to slow down Sensation's expansion and stop him from just kind of completely outbuilding and rolling him. So, really good game. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. And there is a subscribe button on this channel, and you should strongly consider hitting that. And if you should also, well, you should like the video as well. And then also, you should probably comment about how people from the south of England struggle with cold weather, and that they're all a bunch of softies. That's probably something that we need to discuss as well in the comment section. So anyway, all good fun, guys, and catch you around for the next one. Bye-bye.